Hi guys, Nick here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Thor Ragnarok. The movie starts with Thor and being locked up in a cage on other planet, and he's talking to a skeleton about how the Infinity Stones and him being on Earth helping the Avengers saving the planet and from Ultron and other evil beings that threaten the universe and giant lava guy, which I forgot his name is, and he told Thor he's going to, he will not die until he destroys Asgard, and Thor told him that he had a dream about the Ragnarok, which is a doom to all of Asgard, and they're talking about how the crown and uh, Thor tries to get his hammer, which is a bit head off because he tried to get it from a distance and he didn't time it right, and so that's how heroes do, and trying to get Andal to open the Bifrost, which is by Asgard outside. Hey, there was a guy named Sturge in Handel's job because has Arnold got framed for not doing his job, and he was showing some girls some stuff he got from Earth, and he had two guns which he named and them paid Tony, and he calls them Des and Destroy, and he calls both of them together Destroy, which was very corny, and back on the lava planet before I was still trying to get the Bifrost going, and Scourge finally opened the Bifrost, and the two girls that were with him got stabbed by the head of the giant dragon thing, and Thor went to the main part of Asgard and saw there was a play going on about how one part of Thor of a Dark World movie, and Loki, as Odin was watching it, and Thor figured that was Loki, and told Odin, showed him where he was supposed to be, and the place he was at was being toned down, and so Apollo over on below Loki, and a card appeared where he was standing, and Thor went to the place and met Doctor Strange and talked about Loki and Odin, and Thor finally met up with his dad, and all along with Loki, and they slapped him down, and Odin was about to pass away, and he told them about how Hela, the main villain of this movie, and she was Odin's firstborn, and he died, and Hela came in and defeated both Thor and Loki were in the Bifrost, and they went to a place called Sikaar, and Thor was with some guys that thought he was food until other new character came in named Valkyrie, and she wanted to get Thor. When for some battle that's going on called the Contest of Champions, and she brought him to a guy named the Grand Monster, and Loki wasn't stuck up in a chair like Thor was, and at the time which was differently in Sekov than any other place in the universe, and Thor was thrown into some room where other fighters were, and met both Claude and Meek, the other two new characters, and back on Asgard, Hela's on the one page and took over Asgard and brought back her army, and her giant dog too, and back on Thor, how Thor was getting ready for a fight and found out how from Thor that Valkyrie was an Asgardian, and she was part of a team called Valkyrie, and they were talking about her coming back, but not until later that he mentioned Asgard was in danger, and Valkyrie didn't want to go back, and Thor was tied to the other chair, and Stan Lee was going to cut his hair, and the battle was going to start, and the Grandmaster introduced Thor, which he calls the Lord of Thunder, and he also talked about the champion that he mentioned to him earlier, which turned out to be the Hulk, aka Bruce Banner, which everybody thought he was dead, but ended up on Thor, kind of like Thor did, and then they were fighting each other, and Thor was trying to reason with the Hulk to bring Banner back out, and he got beat up a lot, and he was unconscious, and was now in Hulk's room, and he was trying to get out, but had the trouble he had on his neck prevents him from leaving, and by on Asgard, and Andor was saving him with Asgardians from Hela and her undead army, and brought them to a safe house on the other side of Asgard, and back on Thor, Thor was upset because he lost his hammer, Mjolnir, and it's trapped on Thor, and Hulk and Thor got into an argument, and then they apologized for what they said to each other, and Thor was hatching a plan to get out of Thor, and she needed Valkyrie, and he successfully escapes, and Hulk wanted him to stay, and Thor got to the Cringer that Hulk told him about, of how he got to Thor, and Thor got into the Cringer, and he tried to open up the Cringer, and it was a voice recognition which wouldn't allow him until he realized that Stark made the voice commands, and it went with Point Brink, which Tony told him in the first Avengers movie, and Hulk got out to Thor, and Thor opened up a video file of Black Widow saying about Ultron, and her place back in Age of Ultron, and he finally went back into Bruce Banner, and Thor found some clothes on him and trying to calm him down, and Bruce still had Sokovia fighting Ultron, and Thor told him, and that was 2 years ago, that Bruce was stuck inside of a Hulk for 2 whole years. And Hulk took over, and they showed a video on the Cringer of him being the Hulk, apparently going through space with it, and they're trying to sneak off of her planet, and so Hulk destroyed the Cringer, and Rocky talked with them, and captured Loki too, and they're all trying to get back to Asgard, and trying to stop Hela from destroying the 9 realms, and we needed some equipment and a ship from the Grandmaster, and I brought all of the fighters out, and they did an uprising, and they found Loki, on Thor, being zapped by that little jetpack Thor and all the fighters had, and they went with Loki back to Asgard, and sometime after Thor, Bruce and Valkyrie go back, and both Bruce and Valkyrie, they didn't recognize each other until Bruce battles the Hulk, and she finally recognizes him, and they're fighting Hela's undead army and her giant dog, and Loki and the fighters came and helped her defend the people of Asgard, and Thor was in his subconscious talking to his dad, Odin, and he told him Asgard wasn't a place, which is the people, and the hammer already helps contain his powers, and Thor uses his lightning blasts from his hands, and he also lost his left eye, and they also came up with our plan, and of course there's no doubt about preventing Ragnarok, which they are going to cause Ragnarok, and Thor told Loki to go to the vault below the palace to get Sandra, that giant lava guy, and get him to destroy Asgard, and Hela had almost killed everybody until her Scourge double crosses her, and bought people some time, and Thor told her she didn't have Asgard, and she thought Thor was playing some game, but until he bought some time until Soda, the giant lava guy, came out and became a giant to destroy Asgard, and she was shot, and she got defeated, and Hulk thought the giant guy was a bad guy, and Thor told him don't, for once in his life, don't smash, and they went to the ship where all the Asgardians were, and successfully got off the planet, and Asgard was destroyed, and they had to find a new home for everybody. And we got to the mid-credit scene with both Thor and Loki looking out of space, heading to Earth, and Thanos' ship came in, and Thanos started his quest to find all 6 Infinity Stones so he can erase half of the universe, and we got to the post-credit scene where the Grand Master had the drunk party where Thor was at, and that's where the movie ends, with Thor returning in Avengers Infinity War. Or, next Sunday I'm going to be doing a review on Black Panther, and this Tuesday I'm going to be reviewing Chaotic episode 9, or maybe 10. I'll remember when I get to it, and Wednesday's going to be Hawkeye episode 3. Thursday's going to be starting the Superchargers gameplay. We're going to, the Skylanders are going to the Ultimate Weapon, and Friday is going to be the start of my new reaction series, which to the 4th season of Camp Cretaceous. So stay tuned for the upcoming videos this week. You can like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell if you're new. And let's get this channel up to 100 subscribers. And I will see you guys later. And peace.